Hello everyone, we are back for the Guild Wars August skill update GVG tier lists. In the last video we went over the assassin changes and today we're gonna be going over the Dervish changes. And without further ado, let's jump into it. I am gonna do my best to make this video not long, I swear. Let's go. So let's read the notes that devs have left us. Still looking to rein in Dervish a bit on the PvP side of things. The overall efficiency of many of their skills is significantly higher than other professions, and the jack of all trades nature of a lot of their kit makes counterplay frustrating, if possible at all. On the PvO side, we don't care. Yada yada, something something PV. Alright. First skill, Aura Slicer. They are making a PvP split for that skill, and they're increasing the adrenaline cost from 4 to 5. Honestly, it makes sense. This skill is incredibly efficient. It I think if it wasn't for this skill, I think Lisa in itself would be so much less um, damage overall and so much less utility in a sense because cracked really gives a lot of utility to the team sometimes. So I feel like this kill was a little bit too strong, even though it's almost only played by Lisas. um, I I'm not even sure it needed a nerf, to be honest, but I can see where it's coming from. They're increasing the adrenaline cost from 4 to 5. Significant nerf. You may think it's one adrenaline, but you're gonna need to do another whole attack, and so 20% more um, attack. So that's a pretty huge nerf. Of course, it doesn't kill the skill. It doesn't kill the builds that take it. They're still gonna take it. It doesn't change much. It just weakens it. The skill is still. It's weird to say it beat here because it's so good, but at the same time, when you think about it, it's only taken in one real build. In reality, one build. You could maybe think of another one, but that's pretty much the only build it's taken. So it's hard to say it's an A tier skill. It's a B tier skill. I think it was still a B tier skill before that update. But yeah, a little bit worse. Fleeting stability, they're making a PvP split for it. They're reducing the duration from 410 to 28, and they're reducing the recharge as well. Um, what does that mean? Let's think about it for a little bit. So that duration was kind of new. Um, that used to last fewer time, but it had a smaller cooldown, and now they increase the cooldown, and then now they decrease it again, if I'm not mistaken. I would have to look at the old patch, but what does this mean as of now? It means if you're a non-Lisa, you can queue it. If you're a Lisa, you can definitely queue it, and you have it much more often. So what that means is if you're a hammer warrior chasing a Lisa, before this patch, there was a good feeling where you could actually put Lisa on the ground. Now you cannot. Um, so I don't really like this change. I'm not sure why. I think I'm missing something. It either looks like a mistake from them or I'm missing something obvious. Um, I think if anything, that is a buff to the skill. Um, I mean, I think it's an A tier skill, to be honest. It's played on off classes. Even more so right now. Um, it's 5 mana, prevents a KD. It's a really good skill. So I'll leave it to A. Grant's Grasp. Remove the cold weapon equipment. So Grant's Grasp, for 20 seconds, your attack skills also cripple um, that foe for whatever seconds, and you transfer 1/3 condition from yourself to that foe. Um, so they remove the cold weapon requirement. You don't need to have a cold weapon anymore. Sure, but I'm not sure what I think of that skill. It's like the counterpart of the condition you're transferring is. I'm a little bit skeptical about that part, honestly. I just don't see real play, to be honest, happening. And it's an elite as well, so yeah, you do cripple people quite a bit, but that's about it, to be honest. It's just an artist grasp and stronger, but doesn't even remove you a condition per se. Your attack skills cripple, and you transfer blah 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 blah. Do you transfer the condition? No, 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 to that foe. So it means that it's only when you attack the foe. So yeah, it's just an artist grasping, not even better. I don't really like that skill, to be honest. I don't think it's good. Aris Grasp, split PvP, so they're nerfing Aris Grasp. Rework. 5-20 seconds, melee attacks on moving foes also cripple them. Okay, so that's the long awaited nerf to Aris Grasp and crippling people with spears or wands or staves or whatever non-melee weapon. Um, okay, that's um that's a long awaited. I don't know if that part was changed, but that's the big part. Um, Still a great skill. Obviously, it's less good, but it's still a great skill. You wouldn't bring ours because you can cripple people from afar. It was just the cherry in the cake and wasn't even super efficient against most people. So I don't think it kills the skill unless I'm missing something with the actual rework there. But looks pretty similar to what I know. Maybe we could try to look at what it looks like right now. Man, it roughly looks the same aside from that. Oh, I guess this wasn't updated even. 10 mana, 15 second duration is 520, so it didn't change. Okay, so the skill is still good. Could even say it's A tier, honestly. But obviously, I think A tier, S tier, A tier was with the cripple from afar. No B tier. Still really good. It could be A tier, honestly. I think I'll put it to A tier actually because I just don't see it go away from Dervish bars. I think there are options now, especially if you look at the sin buff, but it removes a condition. That part is really good. Mirage Cloak, split PvE, we don't care. Mystic Corruption, split PvP, adjust DCs from 110 to 26. Okay, they're already nerfing Mystic Corruption, which they boosted months ago. Interesting. Interesting. I don't think that skill was OP per se, but it was kinda mandatory. Um, since the nerf of Rending Aura. I guess maybe this nerf makes it be a choice and not a mandatory option. So I guess it goes with their philosophy. Um, I mean, it's a B tier skill. It's clearly not as good though. Clearly a big it. What does it look like? Mysticism 12, 5 seconds. So yeah. Well, yeah, okay. Um, it's still a good skill. It will still be brought, but clearly it's you have to look at other skills sometimes when you make a dervish bar now. You do not bring that one 100% of the time. So I think B tier is a fine place for it. Mystic Regen increase recharge time from 12 to 15. My god, they are actively destroying that skill. That is rough to see. 15 mana, 15 cooldown. That is rough, honestly. Um, Whoa. Was not expecting that. Um, that's a pretty sizable nerf, to be honest. Those nerfs to Lisa are starting to add up. I'm not sure they should keep hunting it, to be honest. It feels like um, bullying at this point. I mean, the skill got cooked, to be honest. It's not even playable on off professions. Um, it's getting cooked and cooked and cooked. It's still a good skill, obviously, because of just what the skill does, but that is quite a big hit. I'll put it to B out of respect, but they're gathering so much that it's starting to lurk towards B. C, sorry. Mystic Sandstorm increase unconditional damage per second from 1020 to 1040. Okay, for those who don't know, you create a sandstorm at your location. Each second foes nearby take whatever damage that I just said, and attacking foes take even more damage. If you're enchanted when you cast this spell, it lasts twice as long. So instead of 3, it lasts 6 seconds. So it can add up. Um, yeah, I can see why they're buffing that skill. They buffed some other skills. Sorry, I'm trying to kill a mosquito. They buffed other skills that do roughly the same. But they had not touched this one. So it makes sense that they're giving it a little bit of love. That is quite a little bit of love, to be honest. I think I like this buff. I think the skill is pretty decent right now. I kinda like it. Um, I'm gonna give it a B tier, to be honest. I think it's rough. It's a little early to say A tier, and it's hard to put it alongside goated skills like that, but interesting buff. I think people are gonna try it out a bit. Pious Restoration PvP split, increase recharge from 8 to 15. Wow, okay. Reduce excesses, remove it from 1-3 to 1. What? But why? What did they. Why? How much was that skill played? So little. Why? Why would you do that? That is. What? That skill was good, but it was barely played because it's just not easy to bring. And they literally double the recharge time and completely killed the X's removed. It doesn't even scale to 2. That is that does not make sense. I'm gonna be polite. Um, Whoa, that skill is bad. That skill is bad. No, it's no. That skill is bad. I almost wanted to. I almost want to put it to meme tier. Why did they do that? That's a bummer. Alright, let's go. Let's continue. Signet of Pious Restraint. Increase recharge time from 10 to 16. if I'm not mistaken, and you can correct me in the comments, this might be the first 16 skill cooldown in the game. I mean, sure, at least they're not capped by the numbers they can use there. Um, Sorry, I did not mean to do that. Uh, they changed that skill. I think this might be the most changed skill since the guild was reforged, and they started from buffing it, even though it was really good, to buffing it even more, even though it was completely OP. And then I think they nerfed it, and then they are re-nerfing it. Um, Now the final version maybe is 16 cooldown. You can cripple for like 12, 15, and it recharges 50% faster. Yeah, so it's still a good skill. Um, it's just more balanced now. I think it's still good though. I think it's still up there. It was definitely S tier a couple months ago. Before they touched anything, it was S tier. Then they touched it and it became S plus tier. Then they nerfed it and it came back to S tier. Now I think it's A tier. I think it's A tier, but if if I put it in S tier, I wouldn't be trolling. Um, let's look one more time. 8, 13 plus the crippled rune. Recharge faster. It's a signet. You can fake it. I mean, that skill is still insane, to be honest. I guess it's getting closer and closer to acceptable though. But that skill is still insane. When you look at it, just in a vacuum, I think that skill is still insane. Test of Fate. Reduce activation time from 75 to 0.5. Increase duration of the days from 1.4 to 2.6. That is big. They're still pushing love to days. That's another love to days that they're sending. I like it. I mean, we haven't seen any days played since since they've been pushing days so much. But maybe baby steps, 1/2 a second makes it actually feel good, probably. So, pretty good skill. I would put it to be. Whirling Charge, they're splitting to PvE, and guess what, guys? We do not care about PvE here. So that's it for the Dervish. I think I managed to keep the video pretty short. I'm not ranking these two because they're PvE. Here's my tier list for Dervish. Overall, um, uh, weird. Overall, weird. I'm not sure why they touched it. Um, I'm not sure what they tried there. Not clear. Um, Whatever. Bad skill. Um, this is good change. I think this is good change. Long awaited, long suggested. Easy change, I would say. Um, Surprising one. Kinda makes sense. At the same time, it wasn't OP. You're buffing things, people are using them, then you're nerfing them even though they're not OP. Uh, doesn't really make sense to me, and I think the nerf is a little bit too much. Maybe 2.8 would have been more, would have been better, but it is what it is. Um, Not sure that's what that was required. I hope they will stop doubling down on the Lisa nerfs, honestly. Pretty cool. Um, why? I mean, why did you kill the skill? Like, that is that is the worst change I've seen so far in the patch notes. Um, Good. It's getting weaker. We're close to having the balance skill somewhat. Still far, but getting closer. Pretty cool, and this doesn't matter in GVG. So here's my opinion on Dervish. Next up, we'll talk about Elementalist. It's quite a big update for the Elementalist. So we'll have a lot to talk about. Again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to drop a comment, follow the channel, etc., etc. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. See you on the next video.